What's going on, everybody? I'm Tank, and this is another episode of Roadie Reactions.
Get with this.
In today's reaction video, I'm going to be checking out a band that is completely new to me. I had never even heard of them until they got recommended to me by my dad. And for those of you that follow the channel, you know that ever since I started, my dad has also fallen down a rabbit hole on YouTube, and he's been finding out all these awesome bands from all over the world and all these different genres, and occasionally he'll send them to me. But this one is one that he sent it to me multiple times, called me and said, dude, you have to check this out. This is unreal. So the way he hyped it up to me, I wanted to go into this knowing absolutely nothing at all. But there are a few things that he told me, and there are a few things that I did find out completely on accident. But first of all, this band is from Russia. And from what I understand from some of my Russian friends, there aren't terribly many metal bands that are coming out of Russia. And these guys have been a band since the 90s. But in the mid-2000s, they are very famously known for putting on a metal opera called the Elven Manuscripts. And from what I understand, while they're playing on stage, there are actors and other people in like chainmail with swords and stuff putting on insane epic battles. I guess this is absolutely over-the-top theatrical production. And sound-wise, my dad said it was power metal. And I usually don't love power metal, but this sounds like it's gonna be absolutely insane. So, the music video that I'm gonna be checking out is something he sent to me. He said it's a live performance. I don't know if it was from that Elven Manuscripts metal opera that they did, but I'm excited to check it out. So I will link this video in the description below. And today, for the very first time ever, I am gonna be checking out Epidemia with a live performance of their song, Magic and Sword. Let's go. The other thing I forgot to mention is my dad said aside from Nightwish, this might be his favorite thing he's found on YouTube since I've started this channel. So that's saying something. Let's see what we got here. Oh, this is absolutely going to be power metal. Okay. Oh, I just paused on a big pyro shot, so I'm going to rewind this a hair. But this is, music-wise, so far, I'd say this isn't really my thing. I've never really been the biggest power metal fan until recently when I've been discovering some bands. Powerwolf has really got me into the power metal sound. And so far, this seems like a cross between like Powerwolf, a little bit of Dragon Force fantasy stuff involved as well. And I'm already starting to see guys running out on stage like shirtless with chainmail and swords. And I'm curious to just see how out of hand this gets. Video wise, I'm not getting a good grab on anything production wise, because very much like end of an era Nightwish, which was, 2005, I think, or 4, somewhere around there. Those camera angles are very early 2000s-ish. They're jumping around a lot. They're zooming in and out. They're doing stuff. I've seen a Gibson V, a Gibson Explorer. It looks like the bass player is playing a Warwick. But we'll try and get some more eyes on gear, and we'll talk production and stuff. But let's keep going. Damn! Before this, I'm trying to figure out what's going on, because there's so many people on stage that I'm having a hard time differentiating between band and performers, but I think I'm getting there. So far, I'm counting 3 vocalists, 2 guitar players, a bass player, a drummer, a keyboard player, and then a load of beefy dudes swinging around swords. And this is a huge production setup. Multi-level stage, lots of risers, lots of stairs, loads of pyro. I mean, dude, that one pyro burst that we saw after my last pause was as much pyro as some bands have in a full set, let's be honest. Lots of gas-based flames going on, fireflies ripping into the air, a lot of gerbs shooting off. There's a lot of stuff going on, man. I wonder if this was from that Elven Manuscripts metal opera thing they did, because this is a massive production. Haven't even talked about the video wall in the back either. A lot going on, man. This is wild. Oh, I like that he switched to that 6/8 time. Back to 4/4. Wild. Alright, I'm into this. I started being like, this isn't my thing. I'm starting to really get into this. Even though all these vocals are in Russian, it's not bothering me at all. I get what they're about, man. I totally get it. This is fantasy power metal at its cheesiest but finest. Don't take cheesy as a bad thing. 3 different vocalists. They sound great. I especially like the 2 guys that are singing higher. Not that the guy with the lower voice sounds bad, but I really like the vocals of the other guys. Great guitar work going on. It hasn't got to the point where I've said in other videos, some of you have gotten mad at me for this, but I still stand by what I said. It hasn't gotten to the point yet where it seems like too much to me, because there are some bands that can just take soloing too far, man. It's like it takes away from the overall feel of the song, and it's just like, okay, we get it. You can rip leads. Cool. Let's get back to the song. But so far, I'm really digging it. Let's see where this goes. Okay, last pause. I just actually want to talk about the gear. So like I said before, we've got one guitar player playing a Gibson Flying V. The other one is playing a Gibson Explorer. Those are very classic metal guitars. You see those a lot with power metal and old school like 80s metal and stuff like that. The bass player is definitely playing a Warwick. It could be either a Thumb or a Corvette because they have very similar body styles. But I haven't really gotten any great shots of it. If I had to guess, I think it's a Thumb, but I will try and double check. The keyboard player looked like he was playing a Korg rig. Couldn't see enough of the drummer, man, but he's playing a lot of really cool grooves, and I'm really digging this. And they have been relentless with the pyro. And if I'm being honest, I think I could watch this whole video with just the battling going on and not even see the band, because there's some wild shit going on. Let's finish this off, man. Notice there's like somebody trapped in that scaffolding too. Yeah, there's like a girl trapped in the scaffolding. Ooh. Sabian cymbals on the drum kit. What the f did I just watch? Let's go talk about this. So, end of the video, honesty time. First time hearing Epidemia. Musically, normally, not my kind of thing. I was very intrigued by this though. The music was really cool and there were parts that I really liked. I don't know if this is something I would just sit and listen to. I really don't. But the visual aesthetics with it, I would pay a good amount of money to go see this. And I kind of get the feeling that that's what the creative minds of this band are going for. This is a live performance. This isn't... Yeah, they're probably trying to sell CDs and stuff too, but they want people to come to this show and watch this show. That's what that is, because they put a lot of thought into that, and that's just one song. I'm really curious to see more from this, to see how out of control the battles on stage and stuff get. And man, there was enough pyro in that one performance to cover most full sets from some bands. That was rivaling like Sabaton levels of pyro, Rammstein levels of pyro. Maybe not as insane of theatrics with it, but the amounts they were using, it was a lot. But like I said, man, sound-wise, just power metal. It was impressive power metal. It's not something I'm going to listen to all the time, but I will watch this every time I see it. And I would actually like to see more of this. So on the off chance there's anybody else that is familiar with this band, feel free to point me in the right direction of other videos of theirs to check out, because I will definitely watch more of this band. And thank you, Dad, for sending me something super interesting to check out. This was super wild. And thank you to everybody that watched, man. If this is your first time here, feel free to click subscribe, because I release new videos all the time. And if you turn your alerts on, YouTube might notify you when new stuff comes out. If you liked this video, I would greatly appreciate the like. And if you disliked it, not a big deal, man. Thanks for watching this time. You're free to click dislike and move on. I'm also on a ton of different social media. I have a Discord server that I hang out on. I stream video games on Twitch, so if you're interested in any of that, I'll put those links in the description. And my handle on everything social media is at TankTheTech. Thank you so much once again for watching. I will be back very soon with another episode of Roadie Reactions.